Have you ever noticed that the more you give people, the less they seem to value you? The more available you are, the more ignored you become. The more attention, energy, and kindness you offer, the more people start taking you for granted. Why does that happen? Why do some people lose respect even when they have a good heart? Because most people don't realize this one dangerous truth. There are certain things you should never give away too easily. Not because you're selfish, not because you're cold, but because once people realize they have unlimited access to your time, your emotions, your attention, and your peace, they slowly stop respecting all of it. And the scary part is, you usually don't notice it happening until it's too late, until you feel emotionally drained, used, ignored, unappreciated. You start wondering why you're always the one giving more, caring more, trying more, while other people keep taking without valuing you in return. Strong people understand something most others never learn. Protecting your energy is not selfish, it's necessary. They know that boundaries create respect, silence creates power, and not everyone deserves full access to your life. In this video, you're going to learn the 5 things you should never give people if you want to protect your peace, your confidence, and your self-respect. And trust me, one of these mistakes might already be destroying your life without you realizing it. So watch this carefully until the end, because once you understand these lessons, you'll stop feeling emotionally exhausted, stop being taken for granted, and start carrying yourself with a completely different level of strength. And if you're serious about building real self-respect and mental discipline, hit like, subscribe, and let's get into it. The first thing you should never give people too freely is your time. And most people don't realize how serious this is until they look back and see how much of their life was wasted on the wrong people. Time is your most valuable resource. Not money, not attention. Time. Because money can come back. Opportunities can come back. But time never does. Every hour you spend in the wrong place, every moment you give to people who don't respect you, every distraction you allow into your life, that's a part of your life you'll never get back again. But most people give their time away carelessly. Someone calls them out of boredom, they answer immediately. Someone wants attention, they stop what they're doing. Someone asks for a favor, they instantly say yes, even when they're exhausted. And why? Because deep down, they're afraid of disappointing people. They think constantly being available makes them a good person, but in reality, it slowly destroys their value. Because the more available you are, the less special your presence becomes. Think about it. If people know they can reach you anytime, interrupt you anytime, ask for your energy anytime, they stop respecting your time. And once people stop respecting your time, they stop respecting you. Strong people understand something different. They understand that access to them is earned. They don't allow everyone unlimited entry into their life. Not because they think they're better than others, but because they know their goals, peace, and focus matter. This is why disciplined people protect their routines. They don't instantly respond to everything. They don't feel guilty for needing space. They understand that constantly giving your time to everyone else often means stealing time from yourself. And that's the real danger. Every unnecessary conversation, every toxic relationship, every distraction pulling you away from your purpose slowly weakens your future. Now, this doesn't mean becoming selfish or isolating yourself. It means becoming intentional. Before giving your time to someone, ask yourself, does this person add value to my life, or only consume my energy? Because the people who truly care about you will respect your schedule, your priorities, and your boundaries. They won't demand constant access to you. And here's something powerful most people never realize. When you start valuing your own time, other people start valuing it too. The moment you stop being endlessly available, your presence becomes more meaningful. People begin to understand that your energy is limited, and that changes how they treat you. If this is hitting you, like this video and subscribe, because this mindset alone can completely change your life. Now, the second thing you should never give people too easily is your constant attention. And in today's world, this might be even more important than ever before. We live in a time where everyone is competing for attention. Social media, messages, notifications, opinions, validation. Everywhere you look, something is trying to control your focus. And most people don't even realize how emotionally attached they've become to giving attention away. Think about how often people obsess over someone who barely values them. They constantly check their phone, wait for replies, overthink small changes in behavior, chase conversations, double text, seek reassurance, and slowly, their emotional state becomes controlled by another person's attention. That's dangerous, because the more attention you give someone who hasn't earned it, the more power you hand over your emotions. Your mood starts depending on them. If they respond, you feel good. If they pull away, you feel anxious. If they ignore you, you start questioning your worth. And this is exactly how people lose themselves. Strong people protect their attention because they understand attention is energy. Wherever your attention goes, your emotions follow. That's why emotionally disciplined people don't overinvest too quickly. They don't make someone the center of their world after a few conversations. They stay balanced. They allow connection to grow naturally instead of forcing it. And this creates something powerful: mystery, balance, and respect. Because when you stop giving unlimited attention to everyone, people start valuing your attention more. Your words carry more weight. Your presence feels calmer, stronger, more controlled. Now this doesn't mean playing games or pretending not to care. It means staying emotionally grounded. It means your life doesn't stop just because someone else entered it. Your goals still matter. Your peace still matters. Your focus still matters. And once you master this, you stop chasing attention, because you realize your energy is too valuable to waste on people who don't appreciate it. Now the third thing you should never give people too freely is full access to your personal life. And this is where a lot of people unknowingly destroy their own peace. They reveal everything too quickly: their goals, their struggles, their insecurities, their plans, their emotions, to people who haven't earned that level of trust. At first, it feels harmless. You think you're just being open, honest, or real. But the problem is this: not everyone who listens to you genuinely cares about you. Some people are curious, not loyal. Some people want information, not connection. And once people know too much about your life, they can influence your emotions more easily. That's why strong people move differently. They understand that privacy is power. They don't feel the need to announce every goal, every move, every emotion. They let their results speak instead of constantly talking about what they're going to do. Think about how many people destroy their own momentum by talking too much. They announce big plans before taking action. They tell everyone what they're about to build, what they're about to change, who they're becoming. And then slowly, the motivation disappears. Because talking about success gives the brain temporary satisfaction, even before real work is done. Disciplined people avoid this trap. They work quietly. They improve privately. And one day, people suddenly notice the results. Another reason you should protect your personal life is because not everyone around you wants to see you grow. That's a hard truth, but it's real. Some people are comfortable with the old version of you, the version that was easier to control, easier to predict, easier to stay above. The moment you start becoming more focused, more disciplined, more confident, their energy changes. And if you share every detail of your life with those people, their opinions, doubts, and negativity start affecting your mind. Suddenly you begin questioning yourself, overthinking, losing focus. That's why silence is powerful. Silence protects your energy. Silence protects your goals. Silence allows you to grow without outside pressure constantly interfering with your mind. Now this doesn't mean becoming secretive or emotionally unavailable. It means understanding that trust should be earned slowly. Not everyone deserves access to your deepest thoughts, your insecurities, or your future plans, because once something personal leaves your mouth, you can never fully control where it goes or how it's used. If this is hitting you, like this video and subscribe, because this lesson alone can save you years of stress and disappointment. Now the fourth thing you should never give people too easily is your emotional control. This is where most people lose their power without even realizing it. Someone ignores your message, and suddenly your mood changes. Someone criticizes you, and now you feel angry for hours. Someone gives you attention one day, and pulls away the next, and now your mind is full of anxiety and overthinking. Do you see the problem? Your emotional state is being controlled by external people and situations. And once someone can easily control your emotions, they control your peace. Strong people understand this deeply. That's why they don't react instantly. They pause. They observe. They stay calm while everyone else loses control. Not because they don't feel emotions, but because they don't allow emotions to control their behavior. And this level of discipline is rare. Most people react automatically. They text back emotionally. They argue emotionally. They make decisions emotionally. And later, they regret it. Because emotions are temporary, but the consequences of emotional reactions can last a long time. That's why emotionally disciplined people create space before reacting. When something triggers them, they don't immediately explode or panic. They breathe. They think. They ask themselves, is this situation truly worth disturbing my peace? Most of the time, the answer is no. And once you develop this mindset, something powerful happens. You become harder to manipulate, harder to provoke, harder to shake emotionally. People start noticing that you're calm under pressure, stable, grounded, and that calmness creates respect. Because emotional control is a form of power. The person who controls their emotions controls themselves. And the person who controls themselves becomes very difficult for the world to control. Now the fifth and final thing you should never give people to freely is your self-respect. Because once self-respect is lost, everything else slowly starts collapsing with it. Your confidence weakens, your boundaries disappear, your standards drop, and eventually, you begin accepting things that damage your peace just because you're afraid of losing people. And this doesn't happen all at once. It happens quietly, slowly, one compromise at a time. You tolerate disrespect because you don't want conflict. You stay in situations that drain you because you fear being alone. You chase people who barely value you because you crave validation. You say yes when your mind is screaming no. And every single time you betray yourself like that, a small part of your self-respect disappears. The dangerous part is this. People can feel when someone lacks self-respect. It shows in the way you speak, the way you tolerate bad behavior, the way you constantly seek approval. And once people sense that you don't value yourself, many of them stop valuing you too. That's why strong people protect their self-respect at all costs, even if it means walking away, even if it means disappointing people, even if it means standing alone for a while, because they understand something powerful. Losing people is painful, but losing yourself is worse. And this is where your entire life changes. The moment you stop begging for attention, the moment you stop tolerating disrespect, the moment you realize that your peace, dignity, and mental health matter more than temporary approval. Because true confidence is not loud. It's not arrogance. It's quiet self-respect. It's the ability to say, I would rather be alone than constantly disrespected. That mindset changes everything. Suddenly, you stop chasing people who drain you. You stop over-explaining yourself. You stop giving endless chances to people who repeatedly hurt you. You stop sacrificing your peace just to keep others comfortable. And the more you protect your self-respect, the stronger your presence becomes. People begin treating you differently because your energy changes. There's more calmness, more confidence, more emotional control. You no longer look desperate for validation, and that's powerful. If this is hitting you, like this video and subscribe, because this lesson alone can completely transform the way you live your life. Now bring all of this together. Protect your time, protect your attention, protect your privacy, protect your emotional control, and above all, protect your self-respect. Because not everyone deserves unlimited access to you. Not everyone deserves your energy. And not everyone deserves to know every part of your life. The strongest people are not the loudest people. They're the people who know how to protect their peace. They know when to speak, when to stay silent, when to give, and when to walk away. And once you learn that skill, something incredible happens. You stop feeling emotionally exhausted all the time. You stop living for validation. You stop allowing other people to control your emotions. Instead, you become calmer, stronger, more disciplined, more respected. Because in the end, your life changes the moment you realize this simple truth. What you allow people to take from you shapes the person you become. And maybe the hardest part about learning all of this is realizing how much of yourself you've been giving away for free. Your energy, your peace, your attention, your emotional stability. So many people spend years trying to be accepted that they forget to protect themselves. They become available to everyone and connected to themselves less and less. But the moment you start protecting what matters, your entire life begins to change. You stop feeling emotionally exhausted all the time. You stop overthinking every small interaction. You stop chasing people who only value you when it benefits them. And for the first time in a long time, you start feeling in control of yourself again. Because real power is not controlling other people. Real power is controlling access to you. Strong people understand this. They know that peace is expensive. And if someone constantly destroys your peace, drains your energy, or makes you question your worth, the price is too high. That's why boundaries are so important. Not because you hate people, but because you finally respect yourself enough to stop giving everything away. And once you reach this level of self-respect, something unexpected happens. People start treating you differently. They listen more carefully. They respect your time more. They stop assuming they can always access your energy whenever they want. Not because you became cold, but because you became clear. You finally understand that your attention is valuable. Your emotions are valuable. Your peace is valuable. And not everyone deserves unlimited access to those things. And the truth is, this mindset will change every part of your life. Your relationships become healthier. Your confidence becomes stronger. Your focus becomes sharper. Your mind becomes calmer. Because now, instead of constantly giving yourself away, you're finally building yourself. So from this moment forward, remember this: not everyone deserves your time. Not everyone deserves your attention. Not everyone deserves your trust. And absolutely nobody deserves your self-respect more than you do. Protect your peace. Protect your energy. Protect your mind. Because once you learn how to do that, you stop becoming someone people use and start becoming someone people respect. And that changes everything. If this video opened your eyes, don't just watch it and forget it 5 minutes later. Most people hear messages like this, feel motivated for a moment, and then go right back to giving their energy to the wrong people. Don't be one of them. Starting today, protect your time, protect your peace, protect your self-respect. Because the moment you stop giving yourself away so easily, your entire life changes. If you're serious about becoming mentally stronger, calmer, and more respected, hit like right now. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because this channel is for people who are done being controlled by emotions, validation, and weak habits. And I want you to do one more thing. Go to the comments and type, "I protect my peace." Make that your mindset from today forward. And share this video with someone who keeps giving too much of themselves to the wrong people. They might need this more than you realize. Now watch the next video on your screen, because this is only the beginning of your transformation.